The ultra luxury market in Dubai is where you can double your money in as little as 1 year. If you have $10 million and you want to expand this, instead of owning 6 different small apartments in Dubai, you can own a penthouse or a villa, and that will make your appreciations way higher. And this is a Dubai strategy. And I want to talk with Dr. Anand Menon and get his opinion on this. I believe personally that the ultra luxury market in Dubai is a totally different story than any other place in the world. Maybe people cannot see much appreciations in the luxury market in Toronto. I would say where I'm from, I can speak for that. But in Dubai, it's totally true that if you want to make big money, you have to spend big money.
Agreed.
And I have been working with a lot of high net worth individuals, even though they are not looking as an investment in so many cases and they want it for themselves. In so many cases, they cannot resist the offers they get, and even they sell the penthouse they bought for themselves because they made 200% in 2 years. What are your views on that?
Okay. Firstly, the ultra luxury segment is relatively new in the Dubai market. We had a few random examples pre-COVID. Post-COVID is where this really started to heat up. And again, I think one of the reasons for that was a lot of the millionaires from around the world started to migrate, and Dubai became their city of choice. So these were the kind of people, since they were buying personal homes for themselves, they were going to look for mansions, estates, and those which are above the $10 million. That was the kind of entry point that they were looking at. So we now had a new market, which we never used to have before. And therefore, you've seen in the last 3 to 4 years, there's been a lot of these kind of communities coming up. For example, in 2017, pre-COVID, when Bulgari was launching, there was very few people that would want to come into that area, and it was meant like that. But millionaires were not migrating in those years. But now what happened is post-COVID, because the millionaires were migrating, since there was very few availability of that type of a product, they jumped in a premium.
Yeah.
And that's what it's ridiculous. I mean, when you look at the amount of money some people have made, between 200 to 400% in a span of 5 to 7 years. So that is because there is a sheer lack or shortage of units that could attract that kind of lifestyle buyers. So therefore, everyone has done extremely well, whoever bought early. And some units have had multiple resales because those people bought it realizing because of the shortage and because of the millionaire influxes, there will always be a demand. And
Yeah.
that's why I'll now see a lot of developers entering into that segment. So absolutely, it's a steal. People originally bought it as a trophy home. Now people are buying it because it's permanent residences for those who are relocating. Some are picking it up as a trophy home. Some are taking it and just parking it because they're spreading their money. They're just moving it out of their countries. They see it as a safe haven. But when the returns become so good, it's too hard to ignore it. And then they decide to exit and they make an absolute killing. So yes, it's an excellently positioned market right now for us.
The way that I had the the discussion with my client was that he wanted to spend, let's say, about 30 million dirhams, and somebody told him buy 6 2 bedrooms. And then I showed him what's happening in the luxury market. And you're absolutely right. These millionaires would want to pick these apartments or penthouses or villas as a trophy home. But a lot of them don't think too far. They want to come see and buy. So I think the off-plan market of the ultra luxury is amazing for the investors.
It is.
Because if they have the patience and if they can see the vision, a millionaire or a billionaire would want to see, feel, and touch their property. I think that is where real money can be made.
I think what would help is if you share with them the Henley and Partner reports. The Henley and Partner report, which comes out of the UK, actually maps millionaire migrations across the planet. They handled about 55,000 millionaires till date. Now, why is this important? When we talk investor per se, and he's looking at coming in because the returns are great, he should have the confidence to know if I picked it up at launch today. We are now the number 1 city in the world for the last 3 years for millionaire migration. That is not going to drop. That is going to increase even more.
Yeah.
This year, we're expecting close to 8,000 millionaires to relocate, though the projected number was 7,200. So the smart investor understands if I pick this up now, 3 years later, when it is ready for completion, we're probably talking 12,000 to 14,000 millionaires relocating at that point in time. So you will have your market ready for you. The ones who want to come in and see it and experience it have it ready for them. So you pick it up now, be patient, hold on for 3 to 4 years. You're going to make an absolute killing if you're coming in as an investor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it still makes a lot of sense in terms of demand and supply because luxury properties, ultra luxury, are usually very scarce. There's maximum 100 units in one building. So how many of these ultra luxury are we launching per year? And if only last year 6,700 moved to
Millions.
Dubai, there is still a shortage for these luxury properties.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a huge shortage for it. And the whole idea is exclusivity and scarcity. These are two of the reasons people buy. I'm not buying it because you have a fancy tap in the washroom. I'm going to get tired of that tap in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right. So we shouldn't be selling premium fittings within the building. Luxury is an experience.
Yeah.
So that's what people need to understand. And this is where I think we would sell more homes if we begin to focus on the experience and the value and the signature that people have when they move into these. Not because we just talk about a furnishing or a surface of the table. I don't think most people are going to look at that eventually when they come to visit that millionaire or billionaire in his house.
Yeah.
Talk about the experience, talk about the exclusivity, talk about the scarcity. Look at Madison Avenue. You have the penthouses on the top of the building. That is in such demand. People are ready to pay 8 times the value of it, but they cannot even get their hands on one because all the owners have come in agreement with each other saying, we will not sell. If any one person agrees to sell, and this is agreement among them, if any one has to sell, all the others must be consenting to it. So they protect each other's premium on those properties because people would die to get one of those penthouses at the top.
Yeah.
But they just don't get it. So there is a real demand for this kind of a product in the market. I can see it. We don't have many players in this segment as well.
Yeah.
What happens is we need a new type of salesperson as well in the market to take care of this kind of market. Bulk of the market do not work with this kind of a product or these type of clients. These are the level 4 clients that I talk of. They don't work with them. They are working with the 1.5 to the 5 million range. And then there are a few who have gone between the 5 million to the 15 million range. These need an elite kind of broker who knows how to engage with them. And we don't have many. We do have a few. They've been selling the Palm Jumeiras. They've been selling Jumeirah Islands. They've been selling Emirates Hills and all of that. But we don't have many because this product, one, was not there a lot. Secondly, this requires a different level of professionalism and commitment in the game. And most of the current market is not in there. But I don't see it as an imbalance because when you have a 70% increase in your population, bulk of the people coming is not in that category.
Correct.
So the market is responding to those buyers
Very
with these
niche.
kind of brokers.
Yeah.
That's it.
And for these type of investments, would you say they are more suitable for an ROI or an ROE?
No, I think it would be ROE for these people because most of these people would not even be renting it out because these would come at very premium rents. And so I'm not sure someone who's going to put that kind of premium in a rent, he can arrange the kind of funds to buy his own $10 million home.
Yeah.
ROE works for them because they probably are going to look at an exit when it is just close to handover. They can start talking of finding the buyers for that or just about handover because some of them might still have a handover payment plan upon handover, not post handover. So if I can find someone as a millionaire or a billionaire who's interested in that, I can make him pay that 30%, 40% upon handover. So I can get a very high return on my 60% only that I'm paying.
Yeah.
So ROE is what these people would look at. ROI is going to be a bit of a challenge because you're not going to find many takers for that. So I would say it is ROE or it's just a signature asset that they're going to hold and they're just going to let it appreciate because they just want to move their money out because inflation is taking a big bite out of it.
Yes.
I'd rather put it here.
I would say it's not a very hard no for ROI if it's a specific location because now we have I have met a lot of people that are into crypto assets and they absolutely don't believe in real estate. They just they believe they can do better things with their money than real estate. So there's a lot of those people in Dubai that would be renters of up to 2 million dirhams a year. I would say so.
Yeah, 2 million dirhams you can get. In fact, we have a lot of the multinational corporations that are coming in here. We have 192 of the Fortune 500 companies here. So they could probably rent these out for their CEOs for the Middle East or the C-suite kind of people. So there is a possibility you could get some of those. But eventually, I think as more and more of these properties come into the market, you might find probably the ROI will not be that attractive.
Okay.
That's what I feel will happen. We'll have to wait and see. It's a new segment, relatively new for all of us.
Okay. And I think just analyzing these screenshots of the experience track would be interesting for the viewers. That this seller made 106% in 3 years, the last one.
Correct.
And you can tell us what's been happening since 2017.
Okay, since 2017, I think the people who bought those, they were buying it probably to hold on to it.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe at that point of time we had the market for others to come in and for me to resell it. We probably also did not have those kind of people coming in and renting these. One or two would probably come in. It's post-COVID, the whole dynamics changed. These because of the tax problems, because of the economies being very volatile, and many of the large companies have started to move a lot of their operations into the Middle East. Saudi Arabia is taking a big chunk of this as well. So when that happened, we saw a lot of senior level executives starting to move into the city, which created the need, and therefore the premiums started to go up. I mean, there's one screenshot which you showed me today where there's been a 4-time sale.
Yes.
The original plus 3 more.
Yeah.
And even in that case, 106% was made.
In 3 years.
Yes.
So in 2017, bought for 8.6 million. In 2020, sold for 7.1. So they actually lost about just less than $1 million.
Because they sold it probably during COVID, they
2020.
felt that they were probably losing money. And you have to understand what happened in the market. It was bought in 2017. Bad time to buy. Because that was the traditional property cycle and prices tanked from 17 to 19.
Okay.
So the person entered the market at the wrong time for that. And therefore he saw the drop coming and then COVID hit. So I think he just took a quick exit and there was a smart person who capitalized on it and picked it up. So that is the reason he lost.
And then from 2020 to 21, in 1 year, that person doubled his money. Yeah.
Because if you look at the COVID response, in 4 months, we were back in business and people had nowhere else to go on the planet. Everything got funneled into Dubai. So we had that opportunity. And then after that, the others as well made a lot of good returns.
So I think this segment of real estate in Dubai is one of the only ones you can actually have the possibility of doubling your money in 1 year.
In 1 year, yes. If
It
you're
depends
going to,
which 1 year it is.
Yes, it depends which 1 year it is that you're going to come in there. So because if you're looking, again, because now people are relocating, there can be a premium and there can be a demand on these. But then again, you're talking high ticket items where there is no, and the reason it is rising so much is there's lack of availability. We don't have enough in that category. You see, the premium comes onto an asset in 2 ways. One, the asset itself is world class and gives you that kind of lifestyle. The promise is there for you to enjoy that lifestyle. So there's a premium on the lifestyle.
Yeah.
The second is because it's in shortage, the premium goes up significantly. Where sometimes the amount you're paying is far more than the asset value itself because it's driven by demand.
Yeah.
So that is the 2 reasons why this happened in our market.
I have been helping a lot of high net worth individuals diversify their portfolio in Dubai. A lot of the millionaires and billionaires are getting out of their own countries because they're lacking safety. What's good having your Ferrari parked outside when any minute somebody can show up with a knife under your neck to ask for your car keys? This is the place you want to be, and I would be more than happy to help you with the ultra luxury and settling down in Dubai.